What it do? What it do? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Victory Road, a gaming podcast. It's your boy, the Husky Hokage, and as always, my brother, my cousin, one of my best friends. Give it up for the dub, ladies and gentlemen.
Big Band Brand, better known as the Dub, man.
Hey, I love it. Man, what's been up with you, man? What you been playing?
I just finished Call of Duty, the store mode of Call of Duty today, so I can focus on Gotham Knights. I'm gonna try to knock that on out before God of War drops. And
Okay.
I gotta try to knock that out. I gotta try to knock out God of War and Destroy All Humans 2 before Pokemon. I'm being violent for Pokemon Violet drop. I need to sneak in Bayonetta 3. I gotta get Bayonetta 3 after a long time.
Man, I meant to ask you when you go play that.
Yeah, I need to play it too because it did that weird transition from PlayStation to I think Nintendo on Bayonetta 2.
Yeah.
So I need to get Bayonetta 2 too. But then again, I didn't understand the story in Bayonetta 1, so I'll probably be okay.
Well, I'm with you. I plan on playing God of War. Well, because right now I'm finished. I got a few things to finish. I got to finish. I've been playing Miles Morales on my PlayStation. Got to finish that, and I'm gonna try to finish Call of Duty this weekend. So I'm about the two things I'm gonna knock out, so I have my schedule clear. So when God of War Ragnarok drops, I'll be playing that, so I can finish that before Pokemon drop. Because once Pokemon drops, everything else getting shut down, man. Yeah, so.
Gotta try to find me a shiny Gengar. I probably just I don't know what I do. I might do something with Pokemon Go and send me a shiny Gengar over there or something. I got a few shiny Gastlers on there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I wonder if they're gonna allow. I don't think it ain't gonna have home connectivity right off. So that's the only thing.
That's fine. I ain't tripping.
Well, so I guess since we in it, let's go ahead and jump into some of these topics that's been going on this week in gaming. So
let's get it.
First thing, so you see they announced PSVR 2. I ain't big on VR myself, but I know they did announce PSVR 2. It drops February 22nd with a price tag of $550. And I forgot how much the PSVR 1 is, but I know people was like talking about this price tag. It went up.
I'm gonna go ahead and Google it so we can compare. Wow.
But
VR1.
Yeah, I'm not big on VR, man, but I know, like I said, it's with a $550 price tag. I'm definitely not. That's you might well just get it.
That costs more than the damn system.
Yeah, it does.
Why the hell would I buy an accessory that costs more than the system? That's like me. That's like when Guitar Hero drop and say, "Oh, it costs more than if it costs more than the PlayStation 3, let me buy this $400 guitar for and then if I want another one, I will have to buy a whole nah.
Yeah, that's why I said
the original PSVR dropped on October 13, 2016 for $399 in the US. And you can now buy a refurbished one from GameStop for $99.
See, yeah, I don't even want to refurbish one, but yeah, they I mean, I ain't like I said, I ain't big on the VR scene, but it is what it is. I know people. It's Sony. People are gonna gonna get it. But it looks before we move any further, we actually gonna have got a guest coming on. Normally would be the sensei of the syndicate, but tonight he's the Pharaoh of the Fade. He got his haircut.
Yeah, man. I got the haircut, so I'm the Pharaoh of the Fade. I used to be the Lord of the Locks. Now I'm a Pharaoh of the Fade.
Hey, I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad at it. Boss of the ball, that's gonna be mine. Boss of the ball.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that. We were just talking about the PSVR 2. They dropped that. It's gonna come out in February. It's price tag of $550. Neither one of us. Well, yeah, that's like it costs more than the system.
I'm good on that one. I'm good on that one.
Yeah. So we the next one we'll go ahead and move on. So Marvel and EA are doing a 3-game deal which is going to include the new game that EA is producing, the Iron Man game. EA is working on they've announced they're working on the Iron Man game. They signed a deal with Marvel. They're doing it for 3 games, which is kind of probably be about 10 years. So, they're gonna probably space those games out a little bit. But I'm kind of excited for that. The only reason I say that is I say this. They have the flight technology already. From if you played Anthem at all, one of the best things about Anthem, it's probably one of the best, if not the best, suit flight mechanics I've ever experienced. Like you play Anthem just to fly around in that suit, like that. That basically it was an Iron Man suit, and however you look at it, but it was awesome. That was probably the best part of that game, is flying around in those suits. But I'm excited for it. As long as they don't come with no Rudy Poo games.
Man, how did you feel about the one that Square Enix did?
The Marvel's Avengers game?
Yep. How you feel about that one?
So, they actually did 2. So they did the Marvel's Avengers, and I think Square Enix also did they did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Now that was a game.
They did the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
That was a game. But the other one
was really good. But Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say, I think the Avengers. I think they were trying. And I think it was a little bit of 2 things. So I think they were trying to give us a good Avengers story. However, but it kind of threw everybody off when they weren't using maybe like the voices or like the Avengers we're used to or we're seeing in the MCU. I think that was kind of part of it, but I never played it. I played some of it. I played a little bit of it, but like I didn't get into it because I saw the reviews and I was like, I'm not gonna even kind of waste my time. I watched a little playthrough of it and I was like, I'll just wait till it get on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass now. It's just on my backlog.
I bought the deluxe edition. I never bought the deluxe edition of the games.
I'm so sorry.
I bought the deluxe edition. My boy Justin, because we played the beta. I was like, okay, this is pretty straight. But I think what really messed it up was like the roadmap they had, because you start off with 5 people. It's like, okay, we're going to have this time, then Chad would die. So I give them a little grace with that because Black Panther was supposed to drop first. And then I think with him dying, they end up dropping Kate Bishop and Hawkeye first. And one of my problems with the game is, yes, you're expanding, but you're expanding with similar characters. Why would I want to play when you have Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, all these other different characters, and you give me Hulk, She-Hulk. Granted, she hasn't made the game yet. You got Black Widow, and then you're doing the Winter Soldier. You're doing Kate Bishop, then you're doing Hawkeye. It's kind of like, they're Thor and Mighty Thor. It's like you have these different characters, and they play different, but they're still in the same realm of the same type of character. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me they did something like they did Iron Man and did Iron Heart. It's like, bro, I don't need her when I have Iron Man right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you have, like I said, a Doctor Strange or like a Captain Marvel who plays, hell, I even take Wong, who plays entirely different from the
I get what you're saying.
On the roster. Like,
you want more diversity in play. Yeah, you want more diversity in the character you're playing as. Yeah. Like, don't give me like you got a slew of characters. Don't give me the same type of character. Like, give me somebody else that's different. Like, I don't need another tank. Give me somebody that plays differently than this person, whatever. Like, so I get what you're saying.
And it was like they had, to me, it felt like superheroes. It was like a superhero version of Destiny. So like because you kept playing the same actual missions and stuff like that. Like, so then and then the way that they made it, especially with a Square Enix game, like you were expecting like Final Fantasy type graphics, Final Fantasy's type, storylines, and you got this, and it was just like, and then everything you had to pay for. So you had to pay for more skins, you had to do this, you had to do that, and it was like, bro, come on.
Folks like me was like, I need a new Black Panther costume. Yeah. So yeah, I feel that I definitely gave them a little money. And like I said, I didn't dislike it. It just felt like they could have done a lot more. Even like when you compare, like, okay, if I'm playing with the Hulk, there's no way me having the Hulk and me playing with Black Widow Like they essentially had to water a lot of the characters down. I'm not saying Black Widow is useless, but you know, if I'm fighting
she
a
ain't
big
no Hulk,
robot,
though.
she ain't no Hulk. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like little things like that. And it's like you had to water down the type of enemies you have to all these little foot soldiers because it's like, okay, you know, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop, they gonna be running through that thing, and they ain't gonna be if you throw Kane the Conqueror out there or somebody like Alexa, you might as well. We saw what happened in Avengers. We ain't gonna have no repeat of that on the game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So I just feel like, but also going back to EA making them Iron Man games. I'm almost scared because I can't tell you the last time I feel like they made a good action adventure game.
Who, EA? Oh man. I mean, you can. So
I just pulled up a list of the best ones, and they got the years by. Go for it.
No, what you guys say? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
The best action adventure game they made was Mass Effect 2. It had a score of 96.
Yeah.
And Mass Effect 2 that came out a nice little minute ago.
So I don't think EA is gonna have like EA themselves. It's gonna be the companies inside it. Like, so you got you got companies like
the little baby companies.
You know, you like I'm thinking not BioShock, but what's the company? The company that made Mass Effect. You got Respawn. Like you have those companies. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Those companies that they're going to head the games. You know, be the ones that they're doing the games. And like we just got. So if they give us anything close, so let's take like the mechanics from Anthem, where you know you got the suit mechanics, stuff like that, and give us a story like Jedi Fallen Order. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So you know, so you know what I'm saying. So I got a little hope, not cause it's not for EA, but like the companies that are inside of EA, Respawn and companies like that. And I think
they gonna mess around, have Joe Burrow in the Iron Man suit, man. You know, EA don't care about nothing but Madden and FIFA, man.
They really.
Oh man.
No. I hope they do something, man. But then after that, the one thing that I don't want to have happen is them having like a short ass game too. You know what I mean? Because I felt like Guardians was shorter than I'd like it to be. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, hopefully they do something because like I want them to be able to thrive. If not, like I do want to have like a good, you know what I mean, a good action game that has something to do with either Marvel or even DC. But DC just have trouble making good movies. So I'm waiting for them to make good movies first, and then after that they can talk about making good video games.
I was gonna say DC has a hard time making good anything, but that'll be a lot. Their animated universes.
Thank you.
Once again, I agree with you. The animated universe is top tier. It just isn't better than MCU. However,
MCU what?
The MCU.
Animated.
No. MCU period. Like I said, I
don't know about that, big dog.
Lord, here we go with this.
I'm sorry.
You should have been on the show. You should have been on the show.
I don't know about that.
You should have been. We talked about this. What a few weeks ago. We had Comic Court. And why it was for the DC animated universe.
As much as I'm a Marvel guy through and through. Like my favorite brand is Marvel, but I can't sit here and say that the MCU is better than like the DC animated universe. Because have you ever seen Justice League Apocalypse?
Bro, I've seen all of them.
All of them. It's better than Endgame, ain't it?
You thought Thanos caught somebody. That boy Darkseid.
I'm sorry. I messed up.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
There you go. Starting it. Now you done got him started.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
No, but you kids like getting off, and they weren't just leaving in regular ways. It ain't like they getting shot, they got beat to death. No. They getting out of here, like out of there.
So,
I digress. I still say what I said. But I digress. But so we'll move on to one of the other topics. So, apparently, it's been reported that PlayStation Now they did. I say PlayStation increased the sale of increased of making them consoles. So they sold. I forget. I think it was they increased the profit as far as selling consoles. However, they lost apparently lost 2 million subscribers to their PlayStation Plus online since it's been revamped. I'll say this. I think it's just people either not enjoying or not. They didn't. I think either the games that were already there. Most people have probably played those, so they probably was like, don't need it. Also, they did have to institute this thing where if you haven't been, if you like, you kind of been your account's been dormant, they were basically canceling your because I think it's because of the EU. Because of what they have in Europe, they had to be put in place that they sent you an email. If you didn't respond to it, they canceled your subscription, so you wouldn't just keep getting charged for that. And I think that's part of it. But I mean, it's the PlayStation Plus or whatever the subscription service they have is not as good as Game Pass. Now, granted, it is still in its infancy stage. It's still, it's just started it in June, July. Now, granted, they have some heavy hitter games, but like I said, with those games not coming in day and date like it's supposed to be, like it's like Game Pass does, I think that kind of hinders it. So it's like I might as well just pay $70 for this game instead of paying for this service, because I know they're premium tiers where you get like access to the older games.
That's what I got.
And so you get access to the older games, but it's like I know some people were saying it's not like it's not like a lot of older games on there that I want to play. And then they're not boosted.
Ape Escape, and that's it.
Yeah, I think somebody was happy about. I heard some people talk about that, but it's not boosted. Like the graphics are not like I think on some of the Xbox games that are on Game Pass, the older games like first generation Xbox game, they boosted the graphics on it, so they look a little bit better than what they did, back in the day. But so.
But I ain't gonna lie, I was playing Ape Escape and had me question my intelligence. I remember as a kid, like, oh my God, this looks so real. And I'm like, man, I was tripping.
They do that to you back in the day. You see something now and be like, damn, I thought that looked good, man. But it's just how far things have come from then to now. But
I think Xbox is trying to, or Microsoft altogether, I don't think they're really tripping as much on like their console play and things like that, because like they could be able, because like you can be able to play your games on like your phones, on your PC, things like that. So they're not really concerned about that. I think they honestly, you know what I mean? They're just worried about having. That's why they buy all those gaming companies and things like that, just because they're like, listen, we just gonna go ahead and give you these games, and you're gonna be stuck with us, because like if you get rid of the Game Pass, you ain't got none of your stuff. So now you got to keep the Game Pass forever. Ever.
Yeah, and speaking of that, that's one of the topics as well. So it's been reported that Microsoft.
Let me hit on
go ahead
real quick.
Go ahead. What you got?
Because I was saying, one thing I also know is like you said, they just implemented that little rule where if you've been kind of dormant, they cancel his subscription. Then you got to think a lot of time. I don't want to say we're out of COVID, but we really just kind of came getting back to some normalcy, because now you're at the point where you don't have to wear a mask on your flights no more and stuff like that. And me, I've been raw dogging it like crazy. Lord, and I didn't call it twice. I'm not gonna lie to you, because at first I was like, I wear my mask everywhere, and I was wearing my mask. I was still getting. I was just like, shit, if I'm gonna get it at this point. So I think those people who probably got into gaming because there was nothing else to do, kind of like, I don't need this subscription because I ain't playing online. It's kind of turned to like a little media player type deal. So those people probably giving up. But also, I saw something else with their increase in their subscription service, because I had to go screenshot it. Sony actually has, let's see, where is it? They actually had an increase. Their sales rose 12% in Q2.
Yeah. They increased the production of those consoles, man. Those consoles that helped a lot. You know what I'm saying? They I think they kind of with them losing some of those subscribers to that. I think they kind of put them. I think that showed like a decrease on that side, but with the console sales, I think it kind of balanced out. But back to what I was saying about Wyatt. So Wyatt mentioned, Xbox and Game Pass. So it is being reported that Xbox, Phil Spencer has said that they are basically eventually going to be raising prices. And so he did say for the holiday season, everything's, we're not going to raise prices like Sony did. Everything's going to stay the same for the holiday season. But going into next year, it's a possibility that Xbox is going to be raising prices. Now, I'm going to say this, being I'm an Xbox first type of person. I don't think they should raise the prices on their consoles. Like, leave the consoles as is. Where you get people or where you can do what you can do. And I think one of the reasons I say they're going to probably do it next year is a lot of their first party titles are supposed to hit next year. Like the big name titles are supposed to hit. And with that, I think they would increase the price of Game Pass. I think Game Pass Ultimate right now is like $15.99 a month or something like that. Mm-hmm. And even if they increase that, instead of going all the way to 20, they can increase it to 18 or you put it in right, $19 or something like that. But also I know that they're also going to be looking to introduce, because they're testing it in certain markets already. They're going to be introducing a Game Pass Family Edition, where basically you can put up to, I guess, so many accounts on your, I think it's up to 4 maybe.
Yeah, me and Mark's gonna be on that Game Pass Family account.
You already, I already got you. But
right, so we did this. Me and Sir of the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC. We made it where our home Xboxes were each other's home Xboxes. Yeah. So then after that, we could be able to share video games.
Yeah,
bro, it saved us. So like, rather than like, I remember when we were buying WWE 2K. Like I'd be like, you know what, I got it this year. You know what I mean? And then we both be able to play versus that. So like that was the really cool part about that part.
You can still do that. You can still do that.
We still do that shit.
My friend in my home would do that. My homeboy Chris do that.
I don't got nobody I can trust, so I just be like, they be like, yeah, let's game. I got it, bro. I got it.
Man, you got to have that. So you just give your like you set it up one time on there. So then after that, your home Xbox is their home Xbox. Then after that, you sharing games. Like I'm sharing games right now. I was just playing The Witcher 3 again that Jeremy had bought, and I ain't bought it since.
Like I said, I buy too many games, and ain't no people out that's gonna pitch in and buy stuff that I want to play. So it's like most of my homeboys play Madden 2K, and I ain't gonna be game sharing with you just so I can we can switch on years.
And now you play the Madden 2K. It's like
you got to find a true gamer, bro. You got to find somebody that be buying games like, man, I done spent this much money on games this year. I done spent this much money. Y'all got to have the same amount.
Yeah, and nobody be messing with me. Like, and I had messed around already, like game share with one of my buddies, and because he be playing some different stuff. Man, ain't touched his PS5 in months. I'm like, dude, I could have gave that. You the first person I game share with, and it's almost like it's going to waste almost. All bad, bro.
Man, but it's like I said, the game sharing works, but I just hope they Xbox, like I said, I hope they don't increase the price of their consoles. Like I said, with them not being the market leader like PlayStation or Sony is right now, and even though when Sony increased their console price, they did it overseas. They didn't touch the United States.
I was going to ask that too.
And I'm hoping, I'll say if they do it, I hope they do it, overseas and not in the United States. But
I don't think they will.
They be busting heads over here already.
Yeah, the only reason I think they'll do it here is just because, like you said, Sony's the market leader. So Sony was kind of like one of the main places they probably dropping their consoles. Like, okay, we know Americans and people in Japan they gonna buy these up. You know what I'm saying? This is probably our 2 major gaming markets. Because I don't even think they raise prices in Japan either. I got to go back and look at the article.
I got to go back and look as well. But I know they like I said. I think I know like in Europe, England, some places over there. Yeah, they increase the price. But like I think it was maybe like equivalent to like $50 or something like that, if that. But
it would definitely make more sense to do it through the Game Pass then, because then if you just raised it like $2, $3, $4, $5, if you go from $14.99 to $19.99 and you still giving us the same stuff, like then you get it from people that are already there. You know what I mean? Because you only gonna get that, like, so that's an extra $60 per everybody using it.
Yeah, most people, as far as Xbox, they probably, if they wanted an Xbox, they probably got one by now.
Yeah, they got that, and most people that got it, even if you got the Series S the smaller version, you got that. More than like you got Game Pass, and because you know what I'm saying, even if you don't buy games, you get Game Pass, you play that, and then I know they also came out and said that Game Pass is profitable. I think it earned like what I forgot the exact number, but it earned like a good amount of money or whatever the case may be. Now that there's no telling how much they spent out, getting some of those those deals of putting those games in Game Pass. But I really think, like I said, just like you said, why even if they increase Game Pass from $14.99 to $18.99, 19, you know what I'm saying? A few, like imagine, and you got millions of subscribers, that's gonna boost it up because they even got Game Pass on. You got Game Pass Ultimate, which it gives you access to both the PC and the console. So you got your PC players.
Phone too,
with cloud,
yeah.
it gives you access to cloud gaming, so you can play on your phone. And they got so many games now where you don't, with Game Pass, you don't even have to install it. You can just stream it. Like if say there's a game on there that I want to play, and I don't feel like taking the time to install it, or I want to test it out to see if I want to install it on my system. It have a lot of them have streaming options now. I can stream it, play it. I'm like, all right, bet. All right, this look cool. I like this. I can download this and play this on my Xbox, play this so that I have access to it right then, or whatever the case may be. But I like what they're doing. It's just I hope they don't go overboard and try to.
I hope we get the PlayStation. I'm not gonna lie, I want to be the whole game because I need them Bethesda games. You feel me?
Yeah. Hopefully, man. But that ain't. You'll do better probably just buying your Series S, my boy.
I ain't gonna go low. I'm gonna get that big boy just in case. Give me two controllers.
The big boy.
I get the big boy. I got one more HDMI slot on this TV, and I've been saving it for that sole purpose.
Hey, I feel you. So we did talk about Xbox. Like I said, we mentioned they're still in the talks trying to get the complete the Activision deal, the purchase of Activision. And it did come out, it was reported by IGN that Phil Spencer did say that Call of Duty is basically Call of Duty is going to be on PlayStation as long as there is a PlayStation. And I have been saying from the time this came out, basically they weren't taking Call of Duty off PlayStation.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to.
You
lose money that way just to spite it, and then like you're not making that much more money off of like the Game Pass to have it on there, because that's essentially what they would have been going to. You wouldn't make money off of it that way.
Yeah. But Xbox sole purpose, not sole purpose. One of the main reasons for purchasing Activision was not for Call of Duty. It was to get a foothold in mobile gaming. Because once that goes through, they'll have Candy Crush and Call of Duty Mobile, and that brings in revenue still to this day.
Candy Crush is my shit.
Those old they love Candy Crush. I remember one time I saw somebody like level 7,000. So I'm like,
hey, mind your business on it, because I be on them hella high levels on Candy Crush. I ain't got nothing to do at work. I just be over here. Let me go ahead and hit these levels up real quick.
Yeah, so
that's 1,538.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. I ain't know.
Like I said, I just saw somebody.
I feel like y'all judging me.
No judgment. No.
I feel like there's judgment going on right now.
No, I didn't know that was. I didn't know it can go that high.
I definitely thought it capped out at like $9.99 or so.
But so me and Dub was supposed to play through Call of Duty this week. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to finish the campaign. However, the Dub did. So we're gonna get a quick review from the Dub. He was able, but see, the Dub doesn't have a wife and 3 kids to occupy his time. So that's why I didn't finish. But the Dub did. What you hype? You don't got to go into spoilers or nothing if you don't want to. But how did you feel about it? What you got for it? What you thought of it?
This, because you asked, this is like the first Call of Duty campaign I played in years. Usually I was buying just for zombies. I just started back playing multiplayer. I actually beta tested it too, and I thought the beta was it was buggy, but I thought the gameplay was pretty good. The campaign is very interesting. Without any spoilers, I kind of think I kind of liked where they went with it.
Okay.
Because I like I said, I can't say too much without spoiling. But I like the direction they went with it. There definitely should be a Modern Warfare.
You hit the mute button.
Yeah.
User error.
Yeah. So, but like it definitely be a Modern Warfare 3 based off the storyline. I mean, it was gonna be a Modern Warfare 3 anyway, but
Of course, it's
Mhm.
money.
Yeah,
They print money.
exactly. So, if I had to give it a score, just kind of based off the mechanics, story, I feel like an 8 out of 10. It's pretty solid.
Okay. All right, that's
Spec, I haven't played Spec Ops, so that's kind of like the question mark.
Yeah.
But I know guard, I probably gave it like a 6.5 because they really messed up the zombies on that.
Wow.
That's my baby. I love zombies.
I understand. I have not played. I haven't played any of the multiplayer for real, but the little bit of the campaign I have played, I kind of like. Start by about 2 hours in. It's pretty good.
You just
so
about
far,
done there.
because it's not long. But I will say, visually, this game looks.
It's beautiful.
It looks amazing. When I loaded it, I played it on my Series X, and I loaded it up and was like, I thought it was a cut scene at first, like they were doing like thought it was actual live action, like a live cut scene.
Oh, talking about that very first scene when you drop in, yeah,
you going through the mountain. I'm like, hold up, this the game? Like I was amazed. It looks good. So that's one thing I can say they do over there at Activision. This game looks amazing. It looks so amazing.
It does. I would give it that.
Yeah,
I remember looking at the beta. I was amazed by the graphics in the beta. So,
yes.
and I kind of like what they did with some of the operators. Like, I'm not really big. I'm not gonna say that. Nah, I'm gonna say I'm not really the guy that's like big on representation, forced representation. Don't put me in there because I'm not because I said I need representation. But I did like the fact they had a woman with vitiligo as an operator. I thought that was pretty dope. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, she was in Modern Warfare 1 that came out, not the one that came out. She was one of the characters. Yeah,
didn't know it. So, but I was impressed that she was in there. I was like, oh snap! Like, and so like she's been an operator I've been rocking with. So
okay. Well, that's what's up, man. So you guys heard it here first. The Doug gave Call of Duty in the campaign with 8 out of 10. So if you love Call of Duty, you gonna play Call of Duty anyway. So, but check out the campaign, man. I've been playing the Call of Duty campaigns for the past 3-4 games. I made sure to play. Like I jump in from time to time, but I made sure to actually play through the actual campaign for the past 3-4 games, and most of them been okay, been pretty solid. I did like Vanguard's campaign. I know people didn't like the actual game, the Vanguard game or the multiplayer part of it, but this campaign was pretty good. I thought it was.
I wasn't too mad at the multiplayer. I was just mad at the zombies. Like I rock with Vanguard multiplayer. I'm easy to please too, so for the most part, I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't too hard to make me. I can do this.
Okay. Well, so let's get into the meat of the episode. So the big game that's coming out next week. God of War Ragnarok is dropping next week. So reviews have been coming out left and right today, and I have seen like 2 or 3 9s. Everything else has been 10s across the board. 100 out of 100, 10 out of 10, 10s. IGN gave it a 10. I think a couple of places gave it 10.
I can pull some.
He got the list.
I got a list. Let's see.
IGN,
Gfinity, Games Hub, Mute PlayStation, PSU, Pushword, The Independent, Twinfinite, BGC. We got this covered. Gaming Nexus, Gaming Trend, Guys of Geek, and Carol Quintain, how you say it? All 10 out of 10.
And so not to get it when I haven't played it, haven't played it at all. So I'm playing it when it drops next week. From what I've heard, they have all of like a lot of the complaints that people had with 2018. And granted, 2018, I just finished 2018 a few weeks ago. I really enjoyed the story. Really enjoyed the story. So I'm looking forward to this one. But I know some of the complaints that people had was, you know, the bosses were basically just reskinned variations of the same thing. So from what I've heard, they've made some changes. The bosses you're not following the same, you see the same troll is just a different color. Like they've changed the enemies. They got different enemies this time. The story is just from like some of the stuff I've read. The story is amazing. They say it ends magnificently. Like I saw one of the people I follow on Twitter, Paris Lilly. He's known in the gaming community, mostly on the Xbox side. But like he was saying, God of War is amazing. He loved the story, so I can't wait to play it, man. But what are you guys' expectation of God of War, and then will you be playing it when it drops?
My expectation: Kratos dies and they pass on to his son.
Okay.
I will be playing it. I think I'd like to thank my son's mother because she got him a PlayStation 5, and so therefore I'll be playing it in 4K.
Hey,
so
hey,
like,
whatever works.
So I had my regular PlayStation, my 4, and I was cool with that. But then after that, I was like, well, if I can, you know what I'm saying, might as well just go.
I mean, it's in the house. I might as well.
You did your homework.
Yeah, I did my homework. I took the trash out, everything. I'm good to go.
Go to Saturday school, son. Go to Saturday school.
Keep them occupied. Let me just get in here real quick. Let me get in here and play this real quick.
What's 13 times 27? If you don't know, you need to go study some more.
So you don't have all B, you don't have all A's, you got one B. You need to go ahead and get in that room and study.
I'm just gonna take this off my hands while you do that.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this PlayStation out your room now because you're not focused, and that's what happened. So.
But you said you wanted to play it. You said you wanted to play what?
Oh no, you got to study. You got to read on some of this stuff. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm gonna play it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how everything ends because like Kratos has definitely grown throughout the years. Because like beforehand if there was anybody who was Black Air Force energy, it was Kratos. Kratos was on site.
I ain't just regular Black Force. High top with lazy strap.
Speaking of energy, hold on one second. Speaking of energy, can you back up a little bit wide? Back up a little bit for me.
Uh-huh.
Could you straighten up a little bit? Let me see what that shirt say.
Oh yeah, it's a Big Blurred Energy.
Oh, and where did you get that from?
I got that from the Blur Syndicate.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
Is it another one?
You can get these shirts right now from the blursyndicate.com. Get the latest merch, man. Let's check out these shirts. And guess what? And since you watching right now, guess what? If you go right now, you can get 20% off using the code right now.
DND.
Tell them the Dub sent you.
Hey, go get them shirts, man. Go get them shirts. But back to the topic at hand. Just put it out there.
Yeah, I like that. So it's one of those things where I like to see, especially beforehand, that fights were just like really, really cool fights because they were graphic, they were violent. Yeah. Now it was like he had a reason to be violent. He didn't even want to fight nobody. He was like, listen, just leave me alone. I just lost my wife. I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? Just back up off me. Don't do nothing. But like they kept pushing my boy, and my boy had to show him that he wasn't no bitch. So you know what I'm saying? Man. So then after that, he was like, hey, son, chill out. Oh, he about that life too. So I mean, it is what it is. It's genetics.
Yeah, and that's so just a little bit just since I have the most recent playthrough of it, and just playing through that game, you see Kratos grow from just being like of course he's a father, but you see him being like just kind of agitated all the time with Atreus, and it was just like he kind of gets grow. You know, kind of gets he starts getting patient and just changing. I will say Atreus was starting to get on my nerves too, and a little bit through that. Like he was just
hard headed,
man. He was especially when he found out he was a god. Oh, I can do, man. Sit your little ass down somewhere, boy. Like you
ain't seen what your daddy did to the mother god. you still get this smoke, young man.
Man, but it you know, it gets to the end, going through the so. Everyone has played it, right? Everyone's played it and beaten the first one. So, gonna get into a spoilers here for anybody that hasn't played. I played it. You didn't play it 2018. I'm sorry, but don't get. So get to that fight, and he fights Baldur at the end or whatever. And I can't think of the woman's name right now, but she's like, don't kill her son, stuff like that, whatever the case may be. And it is, and I know he gonna kill him, like, but I wouldn't expect. I guess the end kind of high end. And I thought you was going, and the way she's turned, I thought she was gonna have to fight her right then, but she walks off. But they go through that, finally get to the land of the giants, and then the reveal of who. So I had been suspecting something like that, but the reveal of who Atreus is, or what his name, basically you might say who he is, because his name was supposed to be Loki. But when they reveal who he is, and I'm like, okay, all right, bet. This setting this up nice. Like I was officially like, okay, I gotta play the next one. I gotta play Ragnarok. And then you see that the mural when Atreus walks off, he uses that other part of the mural where he's kind of, I guess, like Doug was saying, he's dead or whatever the case may be. But so I'm excited to see finish his story, man. So, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot, and it's just really good storytelling. And so, like, how normally when they have like times where they be like, okay, it's gonna come out in this time, and then after that it gets pushed back. I was like, take your time, man. Like, listen, I'm not tripping as long, and like it sounds like they didn't rush anything. You got the Black Daddy voice, so that's all that I asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, sit down. Do what I tell you to do, boy. So,
man, I'm like I said, I'm really ready for this game. Like I said, it's my hype level is not as high as Pokemon, but it's up there. Like I'm hyped for this game, man. So and then I even bought the collector's edition. So
I got a question about that though.
So
how can you get so hyped when it's just the same game over and over again? You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost. Like with Pokemon, it's
you throwing shade.
No. I'm genuinely asking.
I'm messing with you.
So I'm genuinely because it's almost like a Madden game. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still doing the same thing.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hold on. Listen to me, because like you go through the same mechanics, right? And so like
mechanics. It's mechanics. Like okay. I'm gonna let you finish. I just. So I think they do make little tweaks to it, but genuinely speaking, it's like they built off of the same game, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna be riding back on the victory road.
So I kind of get what you're saying, but. So you may get some of the same mechanics, but like the story's a little different. They changed. You kind of know some of the story. Based off. You go through the game. You get the things. You fight some big. You have an evil bad guy, whatever the case may be. But it's more so for. I'm not gonna say nostalgia. Like the story can be. It changes. The people change. The story's been okay for the most part. You get a different story with each one. Some of the mechanics change, but I think it's more for me. It's more the enjoyment of playing with the Pokemon. I guess you get new Pokemon. Yeah,
new transformation mechanics.
Yeah, new evolution stuff like that. So
I do like the Dynamax that they did. I only got to play a little bit of it because my son, he decided he was gonna play my game because he thought I needed help. I was like, but you got the DS, I can't play it when you playing it. So he played my part.
But I would say, you should. If you got 2 different accounts, you know what you don't have to worry about.
No, man, he went on my profile. So like, he went. So he finished his game, right? And then after that, he was like, "Dad, I saw that you needed help." I was like, "Nigga, I can't play when you playing on the same one." Like, so I got I'm waiting for you to get off. So that I like that's why I was like, "Hey, why don't you go play with this Xbox real quick so I can go ahead and play on this?" Nah, he played my part. He got me really far, and then I didn't have the Pokemon that I wanted to have.
Well, hopefully, if you get Scarlet and Violet this time, make sure he does.
I'm gonna hide the game. I'm gonna hide the game. I'm not gonna tell him I got the game, and then after
add a passcode to that bad boy,
man. But I get what you're saying. But it's saying for me, I really enjoy the Pokemon. Like I said, you get a new Pokemon, you get new evolutions, you get to play this one, and see, like that's one thing about Pokemon.
Make sure you still got it too.
Yeah, that and then but each Pokemon does something like they play different. Like Doug was talking about how the Avengers, you may get the same. Like you say, some may look the same or some may look similar, but each of them play different. They, different weaknesses. Then the type matching up. It's a little bit for me.
And it's like an Easter egg hunt too, because you might find a shiny or might find one with good stats. Like you go out there in that grass, okay, there go a Charmander. You might catch Charmander and then pop Charmander out, and be like, boom. This Charmander ain't hitting on nothing. But you go back in the wild, and then you go catch another one, and you're like, oh, this one all about the business. This one max stats, all kind of stuff. It's
not only that, they have the different attitudes too.
Yes,
some of them have a different attitude. Some of them can be able. Yeah, I get.
Yeah. So
it's almost like gambling. Too.
It's like it's so much like people think just on the surface. I can see what you're saying, but everything like for me, I've been playing this so long, and I actually do once I beat the story, I actually go and battle. Like I actually like go online and battle other people, like trying to come up with what's a good team, what's a good core, what's this. I got to make sure I got the right IVs and EVs, I got the right nature, I got to make sure I have the right moves. It's a little deeper for me, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I be playing the play. If I like the Pokemon, I'm gonna get to level 100, max out the IVs. I ain't gonna lie to you why I don't be paying attention to it. I can't tell you what happened. I didn't play every Pokemon game that came out besides the Brilliant Diamond and the Shining Pearl. I can't tell you what happened in none of them storylines. I let the cutscenes play. Because in my mind, I ain't gonna lie, in my mind, it's the same thing. Some bad guy, we're gonna come across this legendary. I'm gonna go to the Pokemon League and Legends of Arceus or Arceus was totally different. When no Pokemon League, I did things your own. So I did pay attention to the storyline a little closer to that. But normally, I don't be paying attention.
Hey, I understand. I can't blame you, man. But so since we talked about God of War, which is basically the meat of the episode, man. But like I said, it looks like everybody's expectation or its hype level is up there. So yeah. So while we're on the subject of that, next week we will not be recording. Me and the Dub are taking off because our next show is gonna be on the 17th of November. We're gonna do that episode is gonna be dedicated to we're gonna try to do a spoiler-free review of God of War Ragnarok.
All right.
And also that's going to be half of the show. The other half of the show is going to be like our preview of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because that drops that weekend. So hopefully we can maybe get the Pharaoh of the Fade back on, maybe even bring in the artist of the group, Jeremy on. We can get him on. I want to reach out to try to get the guy from 8-Bit, I think is 8-Bit Frog.
8-Bit Froggy, yeah.
Yeah, see if we can get him to come on. If he's not too busy, try to reach out to him and bring him on. So, just discuss a little Pokemon. But like I said, we're going to be doing our spoiler-free or try to be spoiler-free review of God of War Ragnarok on the 17th. Also, next week, I know this is more blurred related, but Black Panther 2 drop.
Yeah.
So if you ain't going to see that, you already know what kind of fell. So that alone right there, you know what I'm saying? So man, don't get me started. You gonna make me have to wake up my whole house, bro.
I hear breathing now.
Man, but so we're gonna be taking off next week. But before we go, I did have a question I wanted to ask everyone. If you could, we kind of talked about remakes last week, but if you could pick 2 games to be remade that's not currently in the works, so no remakes or remasters that's currently being remade right now or that's been announced, give me 2 games that you would consider or that you want to be remade or remastered. Who want to go first?
I got one right off top.
What you got?
It is this RPG game that was on the PlayStation 1. It's called Legend of the Dragoon. Where it was like essentially like Final Fantasy, but you got to be able to transform into like dragons. So think of like Power Rangers, but you got to be dragons. And like you got to kill people, and you had a whole really deep story. The only problem was that it came out right between, it looks like it came out right between the time where the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 was coming out. So the graphics were really, really good, but it got overlooked because of the fact that the PlayStation 2 was coming out at that same time. So that's one that I really
buy that on Walmart used for $80 right now.
For how much?
$80.
It's just gonna stay there. It's gonna stay there. I'm not gonna. I got to think about my second one though. But that one, all already off top. That's one that I got to get.
Okay, Dub, you got 2. What you got?
All right, I'm gonna say a bunch of BS before I get to my main 2. Everybody who knows me know I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. Apparently, there's been rumors of it being in the works, so I'm not gonna go there.
Okay.
They've been trying to redo Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's been in the works, or rumors of it trying to get that off the ground. So there's that one. They've been talking about Power Stone and all these other games. So I ain't gonna talk about those. My number one first game that I'm gonna go with, I would want to see them redo Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X.
Remaster it, have it in 4K.
I want to rebuild from the ground up like they did Final Fantasy 7. That's what I want.
Even better.
I want. It can still be turn based, but I want them to rebuild it from the ground up. Like when Lulu be on screen, I want to see them titties jiggle. They don't need to be stiff no more. It's 2022, man. Them things need to move. They need to talk to my folks down in Konami, with Dead or Alive, and find out whatever they use for that. They need to get on my girl Lulu. You feel me? And then, cause like, bro, those summons, those AIs, bro.
Yeah, bro. Them AIs would jump, bro.
Bro, I replayed Final Fantasy X. Like that's probably one. As long as it is, that's probably one of my most replayed games. Metal Gear Solid franchise by far the most replayed game I probably ever had. But Final Fantasy X, for as long as it is, I've replayed that several times. I bought it several times.
They get my money every time too, bro. They get my money every
I bought it on PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, and I almost bought it on my Switch. Well, technically, I had to buy it on my PS5 because I bought it on PS4, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But in my second game is a game that I don't get the love it's supposed to. Asura's Wrath from PS3.
Okay. All right. Pharaoh, did you have your second one? If not, I can go ahead.
You go ahead, because I'm still looking.
All right. So since I kind of put the question out there, I kind of already knew ahead who I wanted. Now it's a couple of games out there that I would love to see remastered. I don't know if people remember this game, but it was on the or remade. It was on the 64. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but it was like Mystic Ninja. That was one of the old ones, but that's not what I was going. It was another one I would love for them to remake, but that ain't gonna happen. Jade Empire, but we'll get into that.
Jade Empire was a shit too.
Yeah, that was on the Xbox. But so 2 games that I would love to see remade that I haven't heard anything about. So one is a fighting game. One of my favorite fighting games PlayStation. I think it came out on PlayStation 1. Bloody Roar. I would love another Bloody Roar game, man. Like we bring back the transformations, all that good stuff. The graphics nowadays, man. Oh man, Bloody Roar would be awesome. So that's that one. And my other one, it's another PlayStation 1 game. Love this game. I went as a ninja, like majority of my adolescent years. Like I was a ninja for Halloween for like 5-6 years almost. I swear. But I love ninja stuff with ninja games, stealth games. My favorite games on the PlayStation 1. And I didn't even own this game. I rented this game like 5 times from Blockbuster. But Tenchu Stealth Assassins.
I remember Tenchu.
Bruh,
it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard.
It was.
Maybe because I was a kid, but I remember that being kind of hard. Like
it was.
It's hard being a ninja. Like this ninja had lifetime.
You wasn't about that ninja life for sure.
You could be a dude, or you could be or you can be the girl. But man, I love that game, man. I would love for them to remake that. Oh man, a remake of that. Whoo! And I know they could do it. Give it to the company that I think it's Sucker Punch. The company that did Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
But there's a lot of those
I got it.
Out, so I don't think that.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So there was one game that was on PlayStation 4. It was called Digimon Cyber Sleuth, where you got to be able to play as like you had a Digimon group. So it was almost, I think Husky, you would love this one just because it had like almost like a Pokemon feel to it, but rather than levels, they just had different worlds that you would go into in the Digiverse. And so then also the way it worked was you would also be able to mix the Digimon to get the other ones, to get levels, to get certain Digivolutions. Bruh, it's not bad. You can actually get it on your DS now. And I think it was only like $20 or so, 20 or $30. And it has 1 and 2, so you could be able to play that. But I would just love for it to be remastered, so that you could be able to have some of that, especially since they just redid Digimon.
Okay, all right.
I do think it like that. And
I've heard of that game.
I think mine's called Digimon World. I don't know if it's Digimon Survive or Digimon World or something. Hold on.
So man,
I just finished the Digimon game myself.
If you play the Survive, I heard it wasn't like the Cyber Sleuth, and so the Cyber Sleuth, man, like you literally just would walk around and you would have different people that you could be able. It was almost like tall grass, like walking around in tall grass. You would have people just come and you fight different Digimon, and then you could be able to get their data, level them up, and different things like that. I had a shit ton of Digimon. I was running the Digimon streets around there.
Hey,
I'm tripping. It was Digimon World Next Order. I didn't get Digimon Survive. Digimon World Next Order, because it's kind of similar. You get 2 Digimon, they all kind of digivolve their own ways, and then eventually you learn how to DNA digivolve,
mix them up and stuff.
Super, because I ain't gonna lie, that boss was whooping my ass. I got a cake bake for your ass. Wax them up real good. You know what I'm saying? Drop the 80 piece on them.
Yep. So then you got, it was turn-based too. So I love me a good turn-based RPG, man.
And see, that's I'm
play Persona.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that is next year. So God of War, Pokemon.
This will take 2 years to be Persona 5 Royal the way.
I was gonna say I want to play because it's on Game Pass now. I want to play that game. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, but it's like I don't have the time right now, and I want to play it, but I'm scared to jump. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting next year, and I'm gonna.
It takes time.
Yeah, I already know.
I beat it twice. So on my playthrough, I have 250 hours or something.
Bro, it takes forever.
My first playthrough was 150, and I missed some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And see that I don't think I played.
I had to start over and then go back. Luckily, they had New Game Plus, but I had to start over, go back. And since I knew what I was doing, it took me like an extra 100 hours to beat it again with the extra.
I love games like that though, because those games are the ones that like you really feel like you got your money's worth. Like you got all the stuff.
COVID too, boy.
You just sit there, just
eyes hurting. I ain't gonna lie, that while you playing, since they re-released it, even I'm pretty sure God of War probably gonna win Game of the Year, but. Don't be surprised if Persona 5 Royal sneaks his way in there somehow.
It might be. I'll say that was one of the questions I did want to talk about, but I didn't want to drag the episode on too long because expectations of Game of the Year with it being November, December next. It's the end of the year, and I know one of the top games, God of War, is gonna be up there. It's probably gonna win, but I know a lot of people still have so much love for Elden Ring. With it coming, because the Elden Ring came out at the beginning of the year, and I think a lot of people still have love for Elden Ring. So it's like
the DLC drop. Once the DLC drop, I'm at level 400 or something. So when I was in class doing my internship, me and my professor were both talking about like little different feats we had during the week on Elden Ring. Like, I did this, professor. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to do this, and like it took me this long to do this. Like it took me like a solid, I think, 100 hours to beat it. But after I beat it, I was like beating the game in like probably 2-3 hours.
Yeah. See, I love a game that like even when you got replay value, you can be able to go back because like one of my favorite games, and I be talking about it all the time, is Witcher 3. I'm literally playing Witcher 3 again. Like I'm doing like a second playthrough for it where like I like to beat all the quests and everything like that. And then some of them quests you can't mess with at this time. Like I'm still level 18, but I can't mess with a level 32 quest right now. So I'm gonna see it's gonna sit there for a second.
I saw somebody say one of the reviews for God of War that the God of War Ragnarok has better side quests than Witcher 3. They said these probably the best side quests I've played, and he went on to say, I think they're better than Witcher. Like he's hinting at the fact that he said they're better than Witcher 3 side quests.
Witcher 3,
yes. I have not played Witcher 3. That's one of my games to play. I'm waiting for them to do the next gen update so I can sit down and
I think that's what I'm
run through
it too. The next gen update because I heard
it's
long.
Yeah, it is, and they say it's supposed to drop this year. They say it's supposed to drop this. Well, still, CD Projekt Red has said they're still aiming to have that update out by the end of the year. So if it drops by the end of this year, that'll be one of the first. That'll be one of the games I play next year. Or first game play
y'all
next year.
Get on that one.
I don't know because now I think about it, y'all horror games come out like Callisto. Is it Callisto?
Callisto Protocol drops next month in December.
Dead Space.
I can't play Dead Space in the dark, bro.
I don't blame. Like I said, I remember being Dead Space 3. I was like,
they got one-shot kills where they just have aliens come and you can't like if you don't move the right way, it kill you automatically, and then you just I'm
gonna say this for y'all. I don't have a lot of time to play games like I would love to. However, I fully support all day playing shit on easy, my nigga. So I'm telling you right now, I'm playing just to get the story, my brother. So if I'm I'm still a gamer. Some stuff I'm gonna put on if I need to get this story real quick just to play. Hey, I'm about to play.
There you go.
Put this shit on easy. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm a normal type of guy. So no matter what it is, I'm gonna play that bad boy on normal.
I got
now because when I was playing Metal Gear Solid, I got kind of cocky. I put that back. I think the hardest difficult was either hard or very hard or something like that. And boy, I came across this boss. And I was like, man, they look decent. I'm on Metal Gears than normal, ain't it? Like, and I was right at the end. I could not get past it.
Yeah. So yeah, I fully condone putting it on easy. Hey, if I'm stuck on a part, drop this down. Matter of fact, playing Jedi Fallen Order. If you haven't played Jedi Fallen Order, go play it, man. Jedi Fallen Order is an amazing game. Good story. Even though I am tired of the era, the Skywalker era of Star Wars. This was this is a separate side story from that, which I really enjoyed. You didn't get any of the you didn't see any of the real main characters or whatever the case may be. So it was really good.
Yeah.
At the end. Yeah. Which scared the shit out of me when I tell you.
You thought you could, man? Did you try to hang up with him for a second?
I tried.
Vader don't be playing.
When I tell you, I almost jumped out. I'm sitting on the couch. I jumped up like, whoa! I jumped back like, bruh, because like people don't get off.
Vader don't be playing.
People don't realize how scary Darth Vader is until if you have not seen Rogue One, go watch Star Wars Rogue One. If you don't want to watch the whole movie, just watch the last maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of the movie.
5-10 minutes.
Watch Vader get on when Vader show up. Watch him mess up everything and everybody, bro. Like Vader was a bad man. Like so. But yeah, it was a couple times. I think when I was fighting like the second sister on that, I was like, man, fuck this. I'm trying to get through it. I'm like, pause. Settings.
Yeah, second took me a hot second too.
So I dropped down. I was like, yep, we're gonna drop this down real quick just to get past this part and put it back to normal, whatever. But yeah. So
just throw this out there, bragging rights. I platinum Persona 5 Royal too.
Oh, hey, all right.
Look at him.
Merciless too. So
there you go.
Mr. Platinum Trophy right here. I have no platinum trophies.
I think I got like 5 of them.
I consider platinum after finish God of War 2018. I considered going back and play because I wanted to beat. I fought one of the Valkyries, and when I tell you,
them hoes are hard.
I was like, I fought one, and it took me about 5 times to beat her. And like I was like, I'm about to whoop her ass. Like I'm sitting there like I died. She going down. I'm gonna finish this tonight. Like I'm gonna get you tonight before I get off of this. So I was luckily I was able to beat her, man. But I was like, it's a whole slew of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Big Mama don't be playing. That's all I'm gonna say. Big Mama don't be playing.
Hey, see, I ain't even do what I was like.
I'm alone. I don't even want no smoke with you, Big Mama.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I shouldn't have came in here messing with you like this.
I was being disrespectful.
But
she
yeah,
put me. You want my son?
Atreus, go
ahead. Betrothed. You want to be betrothed to my son? You know you've been watching House of the Dragon.
Man, what?
We're gonna have to have a conversation like that with the BS one time with the House of the Dragon, because
I gotta finish it. No spoilers, please. I gotta finish it.
Bro, it's so much.
You got a week.
All right.
All right. A week.
That's fine. I watch it.
What episode you on
now? Probably 2 or 3. I stopped because what
every day I'm sending you a spoiler every day until you watch.
I'm not gonna open my.
Send you a spoiler every day.
Put you on mute.
You might want to block me. And even then, I got a California number too. I'm hitting you from all angles. 818 number text me. Blah blah blah.
It be on some other stuff, bro. So
all right, man. I know about Game of Thrones, man. I watched I watched the original one. So I was waiting till it ended so I can sit down and kind of just go through
it's
it.
On some other stuff. It's on some other stuff. Yeah.
Because I got to watch that, and I got to finish watching the Lord of the Rings series as well. So, but
I can't tell you nothing about Lord of the Rings. It's been so long since I watched that.
I watched like first 2 episodes, it was starting to get good. So, but anyway, any closing statements or anything you guys want to say before we head up out of here?
Yeah, I got one thing. I put it in here. We are doing on Saturday. I'm going to do a 1-chip challenge for the Angel Tree here in Northern Alabama. And so right now we've raised over $800 for the kids around here. We are actually going to go and so right now I know we're doing at least 2 families. So we're going to go ahead and try to do more. So if you got a chance, if you got something, go ahead and support us. We're going to do a live session on Saturday and see me burn my whole entire mouth off. And but it's for the kids. So
why I love the kids.
I love the kids.
I ain't gonna tell you what Dub gonna say about the kids.
You team F them kids?
Yeah, man. I don't got none either.
So yeah, that's what we trying to do, man. Doing something there. So if you got an opportunity to come out, show love, they're gonna have a food truck. They got they have a Baskin Robbins truck that's going to be out there. We also we actually doing a raffle. So every $5 that you participate, you get in a raffle. So you can win Blurred Syndicate swag. You can actually win tickets to the Huntsville Pop Culture and Expo. Where you get that, you get VIP tickets, you get artwork from Jeremy Bernal. He does the drinking draws. There's other artists that are giving their stuff out. So it's a big deal. So I just want us to show out.
Yes, yeah. And speaking of from artwork from Jeremy Bernal, man, if you haven't got anything, man, just I don't know if you guys it's man, my camera. I gotta get a better camera, but you can't really see it. I'm sorry, people.
Bring the picture in close. Bring the picture in close.
It's still gonna.
There you go.
Team Rocket, it's not gonna do it. My bad lighting, man.
Your camera's terrible, man.
Yeah, I gotta get a better camera, but
you too old to have that bad camera, man. It's giving Skype and Uber.
I am, man.
Don't say Skype and Uber, not.
It's giving Skype and
Uber. but definitely, if you guys go support, man, it's for a great cause. Go watch Wyatt and a few other people
miss their face off.
Yeah, mess up their intestines because that's what the fuck they gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it, but you know what I'm saying. And
syndrome's coming.
Bruh, here's the thing. I saw them do this last year on the quiz show, and I was like, I'm not gonna do this. And then after that, I was like, okay, well, we got to do something because last year we supported a angel tree, and so I was like, cool. So when we did it last year, and Jeremy was like, yeah, we could just do a 1-chip challenge. He smooth slid that shit in there, and now I'm over here now I'm about to melt my fucking intestines up just for the kids. So do it for the kids.
Man. Hey, definitely do it for the kids, man. Hopefully we can we get around, man.
He uses his power for evil, man. That's what I came up to find out from here.
Yeah, hope we can get around. Maybe we can do some we'll get something going when they canned, because I know they do I think for a few things for cancer they have a 24-hour stream. Maybe we get into maybe do some streaming, something like that. Try to earn some.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get into that. But anybody got anybody else want anything to speak on before we head up out of here tonight?
No, man.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody who listened, watching, or whatever the case may be. Remember, we won't be here next week. Go see Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever. Also be on the lookout. We will be coming back on the 17th to give you our spoiler-free review try to give you spoiler-free review of God of War Ragnarok and preview of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But
I'm spoiled because I don't care.
Hey,
I'm spoiled.
Well, you heard Dub. He said he's spoiling. So spoiling like some 35-day-old milk. So, but just once again,
when I was a kid, I used to leave milk in my window and come back 2 or 3 days later and drink it. I left myself some milk. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, stomach of steel, baby. Stomach of steel.
And on that note,
my mouth got wet.
Oh man. Oh man. Anyway,
Truly
remember,
is not new to this, man.
If you say so, man, you can have it, man. But thank y'all for watching. Remember, all games lead to victory road. Y'all be great.
All right.